Hi there, Gregor here. In this mini-series I will show you everything you need to know to start playing guitar solo and improvisation. At the end of this mini-series you will have the tools and the know-how to practice properly and systematic, so you can solo all over the fretboard if you put in the time and effort. And a great way to start this journey is by learning and implementing the pentatonic scale. So let me first briefly explain what the pentatonic scale is and what we will cover here in this mini-series. Let me get this straight. Playing and improvising solo is one of the hardest and most complex skills a musician can work on. So we need to simplify. We need to simplify drastically. Let's take an oversimplified look on what improvisation and playing solo is at its core. It's basically a relation between a soloist and some kind of backing. In our case, the solo can be a lick, a melody or a scale, and the backings are most likely chords, riffs or a bass line. Both can be either simple, complex or something in between. Imagine, if we start our improvisation journey on a chord progression with 8 different chords, then it's clearly going to be an overwhelming experience with a lot of frustration. So it's best to simplify both, the soloing and the backings. And here comes the part where the pentatonic scale really outshines other scales when it comes to beginner friendliness, because it's a scale with a comparatively limited amount of harmonical interconnections. Let me explain. Chords and scales are deeply related. Let me illustrate this with the most important scale of Western music, the major scale. This is the C major scale. It's made out of 7 notes, but the most important thing here is this. You can build on each and every note a full-fledged chord by using only these 7 notes and stacking them by thirds. The result is this here. That looks intimidating, isn't it? And it is. I mean, do the math on how many chord progressions you can make out of these 7 chords alone. This here is the essence of more than 300 years of Western music in a nutshell. So the possibilities are literally endless. So it's way too complex to start improvisation with. Now, let me illustrate the scale to chord relation with the pentatonic scale. That's the pentatonic scale. But you can't build a full-fledged chord on every note because of the way the notes are arranged. If you try to build chords like with the major scale, then you only can build 2 chords out of it. And this is great, because it makes the whole improvisation thing way more simple, because we don't have to worry about chord changes if we narrow our focus down to only a few possibilities of the pentatonic scale. And that is one of the reasons why the pentatonic scale is so popular among guitarists all over the world, because it's relatively easy to understand and also easy to play. This is what the mini-series will be about. It's basically a 3-step process. Step 1. We need to be able to play the pentatonic scale. There are 5 positions to cover the entire fretboard. We need to know all of them. Step 2. We need to be able to translate these 5 positions into music. So we will learn how to do that. Step 3 is the knowledge and theory part, where we learn basic music theory and how to implement the pentatonic scale. So stay tuned for more if you want to learn how to use the pentatonic scale and to improvise on the guitar. Take it easy.